to get hydrated with Gatorade. And Steve and Clark and I are refreshed and ready to go here as well. All right, we'll take a look now at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Heat.
Well, I'll tell you what, they must have had a good shoot-around because they've been fantastic from long range so far, fellas.
Yeah, their passing has been terrific, too. Clark, we're seeing a lot of assists, really moving, kind of flow offensively. I like what I see.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. So for Toronto right now, Landry Fields out there with Quincy Asen. Then there's DJ Augustine. Then it's Terrence Ross. And it's Gray at the 5.
You know, he's been the star of movies before, but Ray Allen recently shared some of his plans for what he'll do after basketball. First thing on his list is to get back in front of the camera and resume his acting career.
Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Guys, it's hard to doubt that LeBron James, after 2 straight titles and 4 MVPs in the last 5 years, seems to be at the top of his game. LeBron candidly said, quote, "I'm at my highest peak. I don't know if I can continue to improve." But he certainly remains motivated, saying, quote, "At the end of the day, I have a goal to be the best of all time, and I'm going to put that pressure on myself." And Kevin, if he can just stay at this level for a long period of time, he may get there.
I like his chances, thanks. Out of bounds, Miami takes possession. And for Ray Allen, now 38 years of age. Interesting to see how much longer, Steve, he thinks he can continue and how much teams feel he can continue.
Well, he's had some foot issues that have slowed him down a little bit. I thought he had a terrific regular season last year for the Heat, although maybe a little bit slow during the playoffs. But, you know, great shooters have a way of sticking around.
Jumps up. The coast-to-coast dunk.
Straight to the bucket with a nice head of steam.
Well, no reason to slow it down when there's nothing in the way.
Miami leading by 8. It's LeBron with the drive. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
You know, if there was no salary cap, no max contract in the NBA, you'd have to wonder what LeBron James would command for his salary. I mean, he clearly is worth more than the maximum you can pay him because he's so far ahead of everybody else in the league in terms of talent. I think Kevin Durant is probably the only one who comes close to him in terms of a guy of that size and that ability. Well, Kevin, a look here at last year in the NBA where the Raptors ranked. 3rd in fewest turnovers per game. 5th for free throw shooting. And for the team scoring numbers, not a strong point for them. Only top 20 in the league. This team needs to pick it up offensively.
Very well-coached team, Clark. I mean, you look at the numbers, and you talked about the few turnovers. Top 5 in the league, in fact, in the fewest mistakes. So this is a well-disciplined, well-coached team. And when they're on their game, they're just one of those teams you hate to play against because they don't give you anything easy.
Miami's gone 3 of 4 from long range in the game. And there's Dwayne Wade on the assist by Bosh. That's 7 points for Dwayne Wade.
And of all the things about him that you like offensively, it's his composure that jumps out at me. The way he never gets rattled. The defense can get in him. He doesn't care. He just continues to do his thing.
And also, there aren't many players better at anticipating an opponent's next move, waiting for his moment and then jumping in the way of a pass to come up with the steal. He's got that mastered. And
going back to the topic of max contracts, if those were higher relative to the cap, it might be harder to assemble the big 3-star trios we, for instance, see in Miami.
And, Kevin, I think that's where we're heading with the new CBA. It's going to be more and more difficult to put 3 max guys together. And so teams are kind of working their way through this new CBA, trying to figure out how they're going to structure their payrolls going forward.
Chris Anderson has checked in for Miami. Cole, and the 3-ball is good. Cole's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Looking at Miami, they want to turn it around after the loss to Washington.
I thought overall, Kevin, it was mostly the defensive effort that hurt them. Just no energy, no purpose.
Steve, I thought they were late on their rotations. They didn't really communicate well, and as a result, they paid for it.
Shot to stop the run. Ross, that's good. Ross has got 5.
How about that? They respond to a 3-pointer with a quick 3 of their own.
Yeah, terrific. Great back-and-forth sequence right there.
And that is good.
You know, it's not so much that the Heat score a lot of points. It's just that they score them in spurts. And it almost is a surprise when they end the possession without scoring or getting an easy shot. So good at spacing the floor and moving the ball. Textbook example there of how to use defense to create offense.
Yeah, beautiful transition play after the steal all the way to the basket.
Wasted no time going from defense to offense.
It feels like they're starting to pick up the intensity as the game itself starts to get a little more tight and close.
And Clark, just as you said, the Heat just so efficient offensively. Made about half their shots they took on the year and ended up with the best shooting percentage, Steve, in the NBA.
So it was all about floor spacing and LeBron, Kevin. They put shooters everywhere, but LeBron and Wade would attack, and they had really good flow and movement with the ball. I think over time now, given this team 3 years now, it's one of the best offenses in the league.
You know, he's putting on an outstanding offensive display, and he may just be getting warmed up here.
Now let's go to Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, Kevin, Toronto has usually been on the wrong end of free agency in the past, but DeMar DeRozan doesn't understand it. He says of Toronto, quote, "It's a great city. It's really diverse. The culture's great. The fan base is great. They might not be getting any big free agents, but DeMar might be working on that, guys."
He certainly is. Thanks, Doris.
You know, you got to love the way that Amir Johnson attacks around the rim, whether it's, looking to finish off a play or grab a rebound or block a shot. You love his no-nonsense approach to defending and finishing in the lane.
Now, here's Chalmers. With the lead pass, Anderson dishes to Mason. And out of bounds as the Raptors gain possession. And we've got a moment now to look at the highest scoring teams in the NBA from last season. The Heat in fifth.
This was one of the better scoring teams last year. They had a lot of different offensive weapons to choose from, and they knew exactly how to use them most effectively.
Jonas Valanciunas, he's checked in from Amir Johnson. Lowry kicks to DeRozan. Back to Lowry. There's the triple. But they'll get another chance. Valanciunas with the ball. Now guarded by Haslam. Pass to Lowry. Ball's knocked loose. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Shots good from Mason.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Giving up these easy chances is going to do wonders for their confidence.
Lowry gets a screen from Valanciunas. And that's out of bounds. Toronto will retain possession. And the Heat making a change here. And DeRozan, here we go. Gets it to go. DeRozan's got his second bucket of the night.
Little touch of class there, guys. The end of that play with the finger roll.
And Chalmers kicks to Mason. A dish now to Oden. With 1 on the clock. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. The Heat have been excellent at the free throw line here today. A flawless 6 for 6. And he can't get the first one. And Miami making a change here. And he sinks the second. And so that's the end of the first half.